Zoe, I'm going to do a little dessert called a Panna Cotta. It's a caramel Panna Cotta, which is really nice and simple, easy to make, and we're going to make 11 of them. 11's a perfect number. I know. 10. 11. You can. Now, what I've got is some vanilla beans, and which are really expensive at the moment.
How many have you got?
2 vanilla beans here, which is 11. See, I've got some funny numbers. What I want you to do is slice them in half and scrape off the vanilla bean. In the meantime, I'm going to make the caramel part of it. I've got my pan here. There's a couple of ways of doing caramel. You can mix the sugar with water and then put it in a pan. It reduces the water down and then becomes a caramel. Or you can pop the sugar in a pan here. The trick is make sure your sugar's nice and clean. There's nothing in it. Make sure that that the pan's nice and clean. There's no oil in it as well. And once you've got it in there, let it go sort of even. Put it on to a medium to a high heat. And it will start to caramelise. It is quite dangerous. Caramel is really hot. By the time it starts to go golden brown and black, it's at about 200 degrees Celsius, so really hot. If it hits your skin, you will know about it very quickly. Now, in my pot here, I'm going to turn the heat on, and I'm going to add 1 litre of cream, full cream.
Goodness.
Yeah, full cream goes in there, and I'm also going to add some milk, about the same amount of milk, which is 2 cups, which is about 500 mils of milk. Now, what I said before, it's 1 litre in total. OK, 500 mils of cream, 500 mils of milk. I think I'm clear with that one. So in it goes. Pop this behind me. You've got the vanilla there. Now, of course, we need some sugar in there. And this is about 185. It's not about. It is exactly 185 grams of sugar, but it's a little bit more because we've got the vanilla beans in there now. And what I'll do is I'll pop that straight into the cream and milk.
That vanilla smells amazing. It's a really beautiful, beautiful smell.
It's great. As soon as I put it in there, it smells. You know, I could smell it straight away. Now, what we've got over here, if you bring that bowl over here, we've got gelatine leaves. And this is another way of using gelatin. A lot of people use powdered gelatin. This is a lot more. It's a lot better. It's a lovely gelatin. And it looks like it's really funny. What you do is you pop it into the water, and then after a couple of minutes, it becomes quite gelatinous or jelly-like. It softens up. The trick is once it softens up, and you want to have it in there for about 10 minutes at about the most, you take it out, you squeeze the gelatin out of it, and then I pop it into my milk and cream. Now, if you bring those containers in and the extra virgin olive oil spray, I want to show you something. If you grab that. Now, the important thing is to actually spray the inside of these containers, which you can buy in any catering store. They're about the size. What I have used sometimes is paper cups, or sorry, plastic cups. I've cut them down and you can use them. So what you do is spray the inside, and what that does is it makes it a lot easier with the Panna Cotta to come out. So if you spray all of them, I'll keep an eye on this. This is coming up to the boil. I reckon in a couple of minutes or so, we'll be able to put it together. OK, my cream, sugar, vanilla and milk has just come up. I'll turn that off and let it sit there. You can see my caramel has formed really quickly. Zoe's there. You're doing a great job just taking the gelatin out of the bowl because that'll help it to set. Now, what I do is I want to make a caramel sauce. This will set rock hard when I put it in the fridge. So what I want to do is add water to it, which will make it more of a caramelly, soft, syrupy sort of consistency that'll hold up in the fridge. This is dangerous. If you want, you can, if you're doing this in a pot, put it by the sink on the stainless steel bench, stand back, clear all the kids away, and then do this. You'll see this bubble up a little bit. There we go. That'll start to bubble up now. You put about 1/4 cup in there, and that should all sort of bubble and boil, as the witches used to say, and will come together and make a nice caramel sauce.
It looks alive, doesn't it?
It does, it does. So just stir that around. See what I mean? It looks great. It smells great. I like quite a dark caramel. I like that sort of almost...
bitterness to it?
Yeah, bitterness. I like that sort of thing. So I'll just mix that around. You can put a whisk in there if you want. And there we go. Pop that on the heat there. And what will happen is the water will dissolve the sugar. And what I'll do is I'll just, with a whisk, I'll just make sure that all comes together so it's a nice consistency. Look at that. There we go. That's just about there like that. Now, what I'm going to do with this is pour this into the jug there. There we go. All the way in there like that. Be careful, it is really, really hot still. And I'll just turn that off. And then with the gelatin, I'm going to pop the gelatin into the actual hot milk and cream. Stir that around like that. Now, Zoe, what I'm going to get you to do with the caramel is pour a little bit in the bottom there.
Cool.
There we go. Just be real careful. That is hot, isn't it?
Beautiful.
There we go. And what that does is that'll set down the bottom or be nice and soft down the bottom, and then I'll carefully pour the milk on top of it. Now, what I've got here is my special jug that I'm going to pour straight into. I'm using this jug because I need to be really careful when I pour the actual mixture into it. Now, what I'll do is I'll pour it gently, like a barman, just on the side there like that with a spoon. so it doesn't stir up all the caramel. I'll just pour that all the way till it comes nearly to the top. Now this takes a couple of minutes to do because you've got to do it really carefully. And then all we do is pop this into the fridge to let it set, and then we'll make up a beautiful little dessert. Okay, these have set beautifully. The trick is to make these the day before, so they set really well. And you can see that's quite firm. It sits upside down. Now, to take these out is a bit of an art form to do it, and the reason is because they will want to stick. They don't want to come out. But what you do is you just pop the knife just down the side there like that, and you just loosen it. The trick is to get a little air bubble in the bottom of it, and then you just pop it straight onto the plate like that. And if you 1, 2, 3, there we go. And it comes like that. And you can see we've got a little bit of the caramel around the outside. That makes part of the sauce. Now, I've got some raspberries here and some blackberries, and you've cut those blueberries in half. There we go. So we'll just pop a little bit of icing sugar on top. And I've got some mint over here. And what I'll do is I'll just take a couple of leaves of mint straight off the top here like this. Pop it in there. It's nice and strong. Looks great, doesn't it? Nice, simple dessert. You can make them for a lot of people. Come out of there. It's a little bit awkward to get them out sometimes, but if you practice it, it comes out really well. Have a taste of that, Zoe. I reckon it's nice and rich and creamy and got that caramel, that little bit of bitterness through the middle of it.
I love desserts like this. The caramel's fabulous, you know. I mean, it's a tad too sweet for me, but you know how I am with sweet things.
I know.
It's really yummy.
1 down, 10 more to go. I reckon we've done some great sweet treats today, Zoe. What do you think?